I'm going to burp and it needs to come out because it's making me not want to do this video.
Didn't I make you laugh? Didn't I make you smile?
I'm getting remind feelings. Oh my god, I'm emotional. Hi friends, it's Rory and we're back in front of the classic Kingdom Hearts wall. Yeah, and that's because it's a Kingdom Hearts video. I'm obsessed with Kingdom Hearts. It's my second favorite video game series of all time. I absolutely love it. And last night I played the Remind DLC and let's just say I'm a little broken inside. I cried for like 5 hours last night while playing. I was literally crying and pressing triangle and X. And I was just like, I need to film a Kingdom Hearts video and put it up as soon as possible. And I knew that there was a Kingdom Hearts tag, and I had thought about doing it beforehand. But the last time I kind of tried to film this, I didn't really like it, but we're gonna do it again right now because I'm so excited about Kingdom Hearts. I'm all Kingdom Hearts all the time right now. So yeah, I'm gonna do the Kingdom Hearts book tag by The Littlest Biblio, and as always with all the tags, I'm gonna link the original one down below. I really like this tag because it's Kingdom Hearts related, but I also like the questions. And unlike all the other tags I've ever done where I just mentioned the same 5 books, I really tried to think of books that I hadn't mentioned. In fact, one of them is the last book that I read. But along with that, there are gonna be some repeats just because that's the nature of the question, but I really wanted to make this tag different from all of my other tags. So, I have the Kingdom Hearts inspired makeup on today. I curled my hair for other videos and because I'm going out to dinner with my family tonight. So let's go ahead and get started. So, The Keyblade, a book that you will always carry in your heart. Ella Enchanted. I know I mention Ella Enchanted all the time, but Ella Enchanted is my childhood book. Like, to the point where, you know, Harry Potter was my first series that I ever read and fell in love with, and it's the book series that made me fall in love with reading. But Ella Enchanted is just a book that I only ever think of with nostalgia. And so I'm just like, baby. They're all babies and I love them, and every single time I think about it, my heart gets warm, and I think about it often because I mention it often, and I love that book so much. So much. I've loved that book since I was like 11. Question number 2, The Gummi Ship, a book that completely whisked you away to another world or inspired you to visit a specific place. This was the book that I just finished, but the book To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandra Christo. Holy shit. First of all, I'm gonna talk more about this book in my monthly wrap-up, but oh my god, this book, in such a good way, it's so good. But from the moment that I was in this book, I was invested in the world. Just like completely whisked me away, and it's definitely like not a world that I'd want to live in, but every second I was in the book, I was invested in that world. To Kill a Kingdom is really good. Y'all should read it. Up next, The Heartless, a book that connects you to your dark side. Now, I'm gonna take this question as books that make me think dark thoughts, not necessarily books that make me a bad person. That being said, I feel like I'm gonna get like slack for what I'm saying, but I'm gonna explain why I say this. So I actually have 2 books, but they're very closely related. It's The Hate You Give and Dear Martin. The reason why it connects me to my dark side is that those books make me hate a lot of people. Just a lot of people, and it kind of a little bit makes me hate like my country and my justice system, and it makes me just like I hate so many people when I read those books because it's such an injustice. But at the same time, the books themselves make me feel a lot of hope. It's just the emotions that I get or the emotions I get while I'm reading those books. It's just a lot of dark, dark thoughts and hatred. And so that's my answer. Please don't cancel me. I mean it from a great place. I love both of those books to death, but you gotta admit there's a lot of like anger and hatred that happens when you read them because you're reading something that's not fair and unjust. Next question, Organization 13, a book that left you feeling empty. I know that my normal answer is Girl Made of Stars, but I'm gonna change it up and say the entire Infernal Devices books. Just like, specifically the third one, which is is it Clockwork Princess? It's Clockwork Prince or Clockwork Princess. I don't remember the order right now, and I'm too lazy to walk over to my laptop and look it up. But I read all three of those books in a row. I listened to the audiobooks, and it caused me such emotion. Like, to this day, someone will mention Will Herondale, specifically the coworker that I talked about this entire book series with, and he made fun of me the entire time. But someone will mention Will Herondale, and I'll start to tear up. Just, this book left me broken. I didn't read a single book for 2 months after I read this series. I was on the worst reading slump. I just sat there and felt like nothing was ever going to compare to the heartbreak that I felt over my OT3. Will and Jem and Tessa just like broke me to the point of no return. And this still continues with Shadowhunter books. Like, I literally started to read the series specifically for the trio and to see how they came into being, and because I wanted to watch the TV show, which isn't about really close to the books, but it's whatever. I don't care. All of the Shadowhunter fans are gonna come after me. But just like, I will be reading like a Dark Artifacts book, and I will see Jem and Tessa mention Will, and I will just they're in love. All three of them are in love, and their love makes me go through emotions. And after I finished those books, I was just empty. I thought there was never going to be a single other book that would ever affect me as much as those. Up next, These Worlds Are Connected, a favorite multi-genre book. This question was the hardest question, in my opinion, because I don't really understand what a multi-genre book is. Because, like, aren't most books multi-genre? Like, even contemporaries they're contemporaries, but they're also romance. And so isn't that technically two different genres together? So I just thought about a book that had kind of like the most genres that I've read and own. So I'm gonna say The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. Love that book. Cannot wait for the third book to come out this year. In fact, it might already be out. I do not remember the release date. But that book is historical fiction. It's a romance. It's slightly like magical realism, but like tiniest bit. It's also a travel book, like a road trip book. Love it. So good. The romance in that one also fucks me up. Up next is Simple and Clean. A book you breeze through. My choice for that is Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia. I read that book in like 6 hours. I literally did not stop at any point until I was done. And it was just super duper smooth and easy to read, and I love that book. Got it memorized.
Got it memorized? Sure.
A quote you have memorized / think about often. Hi everyone. Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe is my favorite book of all time. And I constantly think of the quote from it. We all fight our own private wars. It's so good. But also just like with Aristotle and Dante, because I listen to the audiobook so much, low-key the last 3 chapters I have memorized word for word. Like Lin-Manuel Miranda does the audiobook, and I've listened to it so much that I can start quoting the last 3 chapters in the way that Lin-Manuel Miranda reads the book in the audiobook. It's just it's bad. Sometimes I'll just like put on the last 3 chapters and I'll just like out loud read along with Lin-Manuel Miranda. No book in my hands. I just know what's going on. I know I have the last 3 chapters memorized. Up next we have
I don't need a weapon. My friends are my power.
My Friends Are My Power. Favorite book, Friendship. Reagan and Kath from Fangirl. I'm gonna do a video where I talk about the characters that I identify with personally, and I've mentioned a couple of them, and Kath is definitely one of them. But Reagan is my best friend and roommate.
There's no excuses anymore for people to stick foreign objects up their ass.
She when she was reading Fangirl, she was constantly like, okay, but you're Kath and I'm Reagan. And I was like, yeah, I know. I fucking know, bitch. There's something about their friendship because it's just like, Reagan could have been mean. She didn't want a roommate. She could have been awful to Kath, but she saw that Kath was struggling and she was like, nah, bitch, you gonna go and you're gonna actually interact with people. Reagan doesn't give a shit about any of Kath's like fandom stuff. Like, she thinks it's weird, but she's still gonna support her girl. And I love them so much. And last but not least, sea salt ice cream, which I know how to make, and I make it a lot, but no one but me likes it, so I don't get to make it as often as I want. Sea salt ice cream, food you read in a book that made you want to eat it. Every single bit of food item in With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. I got hungry reading that book. I just wanted to eat it, and I wish I knew how to cook better. And with that being said, that was the Kingdom Hearts tag. I hope that you had a great time with me today. As always, there's a link down below to where you can register to vote. This is an election year, so make sure that your voice is heard. Be the change that you want to see. Should I change up my outro just because this is a Kingdom Hearts video? You fucking bet your ass I am. I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and may your heart be your guiding key. Bye!